Do this and you'll find out. Because we don't turn a blind eye to this kind of behavior. Maybe we turn a blind eye to corruption, but not to this behavior. It's not something to be proud of, but hey, at least we have one thing that we all Filipinos agree with. So, hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something that has been happening a lot lately. And honestly, it is a little bit embarrassing, but also very funny and also very serious. So, let's talk about it. Lately, it feels like every few weeks there is another story of a tourist, expat, a foreign vlogger, or a visitor coming to the Philippines and disrespecting locals, shouting at staff, harassing women, insulting Filipino men, insulting Filipino women, breaking rules, treating workers badly, or acting like they own the country. And of course, I know not all foreigners are like this. Many are respectful, kind, and many are genuine. Many genuinely love the Philippines. But the bad ones are getting louder, more entitled, and more comfortable doing things here that they probably would never dare to do in their own country. Or I don't know, maybe they're just really like that. So you might have seen the news about foreigners making trouble in some places in the Philippines. The one that got most viral is in Siargao. Israeli tourists, many of them young soldiers who just finished their military service, have been coming to Siargao in a very large numbers, and some of them have been behaving very, very badly. Locals reported Israeli tourists calling Filipino staff slaves. Some of them were violating the no noise curfew at midnight. Some were trashing the places they stayed in. Some were driving recklessly. Some were walking out of restaurants without paying. There were even reports of them illegally raising their flags on boats. I don't know if that's true. Maybe those are just chismes, but that's what some of the news say. As if Siargao was their territory, something like that. So the community, I think, had enough. Filipino locals, business owners, even neighboring islands, they all started speaking up. Social media exploded. Petitions were made. The Bureau of Immigration started monitoring. The Department of Tourism got involved as well. So the Israeli embassy had to come and have a dialogue with the community. That is how bad it got. And now, just this April 2026, two Israeli tourists were arrested in Siargao, and at the time of this recording, they are still in custody. But wait, it is not just Siargao. Remember Vitaly, the Russian YouTube, the YouTuber, the big streamer. He came to the Philippines specifically to BGC in Manila, or also he went to Boracay, and he thought he could do his prank content here in the Philippines. He did it though. He live streamed himself harassing a security guard. He stole an electric fan from a restaurant. He jumped on top of a moving jeepney. He crashed a tricycle and injured someone. He trespassed in a McDonald's kitchen. He harassed a Filipino wearing a face mask, shouting at her. He thought it was funny content. He also harassed some businesses in Boracay. So yeah, he thought nothing would happen to him because, it is the Philippines, poor country, easy target, is to get away with troubles and with your crimes. He spent 9 months in a Philippine prison, 9 months. And prison in the Philippines is not somewhere you want to spend even a single day. And then he was deported to Russia and permanently blacklisted. Okay, so 9 months. And then there is the Sim Rosipu, an Estonian blogger. He came to Dumaguete. He was running a YouTube channel called Pro Life Traveler. On his videos, he looked at Filipino men and said, and I'm not making this up, okay? He said, the guys, they look like monkeys sometimes, monkey faces. And he made monkey sounds and monkey faces on camera. He did that on his YouTube channel to show to the whole world. He also filmed women without their consent. He was caught giving a vape to minors. He was harassing locals, including children. He was arrested, declared persona non grata by the Dumaguete City Council. That means you're banned in that province or in that place. You're not allowed to enter. And he was arrested and is facing deportation. He's probably going to be deported, if not yet, and be blacklisted as well. Now, here is what I want to say to foreigners who are watching this. And by the way, some of you may not like being called foreigners, right? So I want to clarify something first. In the Philippines, we don't usually use the word as an offensive term, okay? The word foreigner. We use it to refer to people who are not Filipinos. So when I say foreigner or when Filipinos say foreigner, please don't take it negatively. It's just a general term for people from other countries. Okay. Of course, we could say Japanese, Chinese, American, European, and so on. But sometimes we don't know someone's exact nationality, so we simply say foreigner instead. And don't be offended also when you heard people calling you kano. Kano is a short term for Americano. So if you're European, if you're from the Netherlands or you're from Spain, and then someone call you kano, don't be offended. It's just they didn't. It's just a. It just means you're a foreigner. Everyone is American. So yeah, the Philippines is a beautiful country. We welcome you with open arms. We smile at you. We help you. We go out of our way to make you feel at home. Filipino hospitality is real, okay? Some of you might disagree, for maybe you have experienced the opposite, and I get that. But for the sake of this conversation, let's talk about the bigger picture. Some of you might see hospitality as weakness. You look at this country, you can't unsee the corruption, the broken justice system, the anything goes if you have money, reputation. And you think this is an easy place to do whatever I want, you know? Yes, the Philippines is a weaker country compared to our neighbors, compared to your country, probably. Yes, our justice is slow. Our justice system is slow. Yes, corruption runs the country. We know this. We laugh about it ourselves. But let me tell you something that might be shocking to you. Filipinos are proud people. But to be completely honest, sometimes it is the wrong kind of proud. Not the kind that comes from actually building something or fixing something. More like blind proud, proudly uneducated sometimes. But that subject's for another video. The kind of pride I want to talk about here that connects to this issue is when you humiliate a Filipino, when you embarrass us, when you step on us and show that to the world, when you hurt our feelings, when you disrespect us, and many people saw it, especially online and in person as well. We do not forget and we do not stop. First, you go viral. And remember, the Philippines is the social media capital of the world. Filipinos are online all day, every day, all the time. One video, one post, one clip of you disrespecting a Filipino, and it spreads to millions overnight. Filipinos share content like wildfire. So when your face goes viral, when millions of Filipinos have seen exactly what you did, the authorities move. And yes, the system here is not perfect, but when the whole country is angry and watching, politicians act because they need to look good. They need the public's approval. Situations like this are actually perfect for them. They get to be the hero, they get the praise, and the government avoids the international embarrassment as well. They don't want to be embarrassed internationally because it's really embarrassing. And these things are probably petty in your country. Like you would even call it oh, that is just a freedom of speech, calling someone monkey, insulting someone. That's just freedom of speech, right? It would attract negative comments or bashings online, or maybe you will get canceled a little bit, but you won't face charges for calling someone monkey or for pranking people, right? So here in the Philippines, the next thing you know, you are sitting inside a detention center, and not a comfortable one, waiting for your case to be processed for months because it's very slow here. Sometimes longer, get deported maybe or be declared persona non grata in some provinces. And yes, maybe you have money. Maybe you think you can bribe your way out. And maybe eventually, after a very long time, after everyone has already seen your face, after you have been publicly humiliated as well, after your reputation is completely destroyed, maybe then the money will work when everyone already forgot about whatever you did. And because we're already talking about another issue. But first, you will see how. Look, I am not proud of every part of this story. It is embarrassing that it sometimes takes a foreign blogger going viral for our authorities to act. It is embarrassing that the justice system here has a price, but at least, even if the government doesn't act immediately on things that matter, like the flood control, corruption, I don't know if I'm being sarcastic or what. At least they act when their pride is hurt by foreigners, right? I don't know. Even I'm confused if I'm just being sarcastic here or whatever. Anyways, my point is to every foreigner who is thinking about coming to the Philippines to make content, to do pranks, to disrespect the locals, please reconsider. The Philippines is not your playground. Yes, we are kind of a laughing stock to the world. The corruption here is real. The pay your way out of trouble system is real. If you have money here, you can get away with a lot. But even with all of that, we still welcome you with big smiles. Filipinos love foreigners, remember? And I'll be honest, why? Because I think deep down, most Filipinos know it too. A lot of that love and hospitality comes from the fact that we see foreigners as people who are above us. You have more money, you come from a better life, you come from a better country. And yes, sometimes when a Filipino goes out of their way to help you, there is a hope that something good will come back to them. But the respect is real. Even if the reason behind it is complicated, the respect is there in the most basic or most common situation. So when you take that respect and throw it in our faces, when you humiliate us, mock us, treat us like we were beneath you, that is when everything changes. We can be very vengeful people and we will make sure you regret it. And if you treat Filipinos nicely, they will treat you nicely back. But if something goes wrong, if a Filipino is rude to you, if you have a bad experience, do not crash out. Do not make a scene. Do not humiliate anyone in public. Do not try to win an argument loudly in front of people. Because Filipinos absolutely cannot stand being embarrassed. It does not even matter if they were wrong. The embarrassment itself becomes the issue. Suddenly, the original problem is forgotten, and now the only thing that matters is that you made them look small in front of other people. And that they will not forget. I also want to be fair here. This is not just a Philippines problem. A lot of countries are dealing with the same thing. You see it in Europe, in the US, in Canada, in Australia, entitled foreigners pushing boundaries, disrespecting locals, acting like rules don't apply to them. In many cases, it's even worse there, right? I mean, the foreigners are even worse there. But the difference is those countries, your countries, the Western countries, are often divided on how to deal with it. There is no clear, unified response. People argue, governments hesitate, and enforcement becomes very inconsistent when it comes to these kinds of issues. Here in the Philippines, we have our flaws, yes. And yes, the government can be slow when it comes to serious issues, like I said, corruption. But when it comes to foreigners publicly disrespecting Filipinos, that's one thing that brings everyone together, the people, the media, and the authorities. And when that happens, things move fast. I'll admit, this is something I can still be proud of. So, yeah, if you're thinking of coming here and acting like that, just understand the FAFO here is very real. I'll see you guys in the next video.